Hello everyone. So last week I published an article exploring React 18 and showing off some of its new features. One of them was startTransition. Now, later on that day, Dan Abramov texted me or DM'd me on Twitter and said, "Hey, your example actually doesn't show what you wanted to show. So here's some pointers and what you got wrong." So what we're going to try to do today is get a better example that actually shows off what React 18 startTransition can do for us. Now, before we begin, I'm going to tweet this out real quick so that people know I'm here. And then we're going to get started. Give me just a second. Red dot. I probably need to get like somebody to help me with these things and exploring React 18 start transition, because Dan said my first attempt didn't show it off right. Okay, almost there. There we go. We've got one viewer. I need to get a link. How do I get a link to this again? Click this. There we go. God damn it. No, not that link. That's the wrong link. Click. Tab. Okay. Cool. So let me show you what my first attempt looked like. We go to Swizzard's blog. So, there's something on the blog that I need to fix that you're going to see now. So if we go down here, I made like a little random path generator that was trying to show off startTransition and what it's doing. So if we look at this here, when you're typing, it's supposed to feel laggy. Well, when Dan looked at this, he said, "Yo, your re-renders actually all take 1 millisecond, and any benefit that you see is just because you're running this in dev mode, and basically your experiment is an accident." Oops. So what we're going to try today is take my old experiment from like 5 years ago, which is specifically designed to be React's worst nightmare because it is a very large recursive tree. So all of these have an extremely recursive structure inside, which makes re-render slow. Hey Eugene, how are you doing? So what we're gonna try to do, well, it's actually working pretty well. So we're gonna take this example and we're going to change it so that you're driving it with form inputs. So we're just gonna be a vertical slider to do this part and a horizontal slider to do this part where it moves left and right. And hopefully that will let us see a difference between startTransition. And we'll see what happens. So what I'm gonna do, I don't know if I even still have this on my computer. So let's see if I have the project. No, cd random coding react. Cool. Have a good day, Eugene. Okay, so React Fractals, looks like I've experimented with concurrent mode on that in the past. So let's go git branch, git checkout master. We're gonna pull from origin to make sure we have the latest code. And I'm gonna open this thing. Come on. Website, no, not websites, random coding, React Fractals. Now a lot of the code here is probably gonna be in a pretty old style, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm gonna first run it locally. Let's go. Let's go git checkout my. Let's just run it locally first. Yarn start. What happens if I do that? First, gotta verify that it runs without any changes, right? Okay, so that opened. Come on, localhost 3000, load. We might have some problems with my computer doing the streaming right now, but it should be fine. Okay, so we've got that. Now we can go here. Okay, so that's working. But we are using, yes, I trust the authors, god damn it. So one thing we are doing is that we're throttling these things a little bit, which should be fine. We'll see where we get. Okay, so we've got that. Now, let's see. We're gonna make a new branch. cd documents random react fractals get checkout -b react 18. Got that part. Now we're going to just upgrade to React 18 and see. Yeah, that's where we're gonna start. We're gonna just upgrade to React 18 and see if that makes any difference. Yarn add React at alpha, React DOM at alpha. So we're installing the latest React at the alpha version. That might take a while, and then we're going to cheat from my article to actually enable it. So let's see. Come on, computer. Come on. Okay. Whew. Wow. The tea is very warm today. Okay. Come on. Finish installing. And then we're gonna go into index.js and we're gonna enable it here by changing how the root is being rendered. Now this is gonna be a cool experiment in seeing how backwards compatibility in React 18 works, because this code has been untouched for several years actually. So we'll see what happens when we just naively upgrade to React 18 as soon as this finishes actually installing. Okay, so we've got that. Now we enable it. So we say const root equals react dom dot create root for document get element by ID root. That's our container, and then we root dot render our app. Okay, now let's see if that still works. So I'm gonna yarn start again. Hey Robin, how are you doing today? Now, will this code that has sat untouched for almost 5 years, probably 4 to 5 years, will it still run when we just upgrade to React 18 without changing anything else? It seems to. Nice. So the lag right now is not from the code, I think. It's because my computer is slow. But this is good progress. This is amazing. Awesome. Now, we go into app.js and we're going to look at how this works. I'm not going to refactor the class-based component. I'm doing pretty good, Robin. I'm always excited to explore new things in React. Yeah. So let's see. Here we're throttling React updates on mouse move. I think we can. I think that's fine. We can't upgrade D3 because D3 is using stuff there. I'll explain later. What? Actually, no. So we can't upgrade D3 because here, when you look at what are we looking at? This sort of thing here, this D3 mouse that has changed in recent versions of D3, so we can't touch that. And we're going to keep it as a class-based component so that we have fewer changes to make. Now, what we are going to do is figure out, okay, current max. Let's change current max to be based on state. So we're gonna render a vertical slider, which is gonna make the tree grow bigger or smaller. So I'm gonna add a slider here. Let's see. Input type equals, how do I make a slider input? Why did I forget? HTML slider input, because I know that exists. How to create range sliders? Type range. Okay. So we say input type equals range, and we're gonna say it starts at 0, right? Min 0, let's do min. What is the, so this is gonna drive the current max. That's the size of the tree. So current max is going to be, where are we? Input type range, value is going to be this state current max. This is all very old school React right now. State is current max, and we say min equals 0, and max is gonna be, what is the max right now? Real max is 11. So we're gonna say this dot max tree size. Okay, so max tree size, I'm gonna rename that because that's gonna make our life a little easier. And here, let's remove, actually, let's keep this. So we should now see the slider on the left changing as the tree grows. Awesome. Cool. We've got that. Now, where were we calling real max anywhere else? We were not. Great. So we've got that part. Max tree size. Now, instead of next, we're going to comment this out, and we're going to add state driving this value. State current max. Come on. What died? Uncaught this dot next is not a function. Yes. So we also are not going to run component mount, or we're not going to run the next thing. Okay. Okay. So we have a read-only field. Now we're gonna add an on-change value. Where are we? On change equals this dot grow tree. No, we're gonna call it change tree size. So then we define the function up here, change tree size, which is going to do what? It's going to say event, and it's gonna run this state, no, this dot set state, where we say, let's call this tree size is event dot target dot value, right? So current max is going to change into tree size. Then we look at where else we're using that value. So here, current max, tree size, current max is going to be tree size. Now what we need is, how do we tell the range slider to only update by full numbers? Does anyone remember how to do that? HTML range input, step. Thank you. So we add step equals 1. Step equals 1. Now let's see if that part works. So I'm going to here, and nope, what's breaking? Cannot read property set state of undefined. All right. Blah. So I have forgotten how how class-based components work. That's funny. So we're gonna have to do it like this. Event. There we go. So that it's bound to the actual scope. Okay. So that's working. Cool. Okay. So we can change the size based on the input. Now the next part is going to be to change the angle based on another input. And actually, let's also rotate this input by 90 degrees. So we're gonna say transform, yes, actually style transform is going to be rotate 90. I think that's gonna work. And I think you can do that with CSS these days. No? Bah. How do I rotate the input to be vertical? Does anyone know that part? Oh, is it 90 deg? Really? Huh. Because I think in SVG it's oh, nice. In SVG you just say 90. Okay, so we're going to make it minus 90 so that it goes the other way. Cool. And we're going to render all of this as a div. Right? Why is it app intro? So this is going to be a div, and we're going to flexify it a little bit. Div, and we say style equals display flex. Flex direction is row. Okay. Let's see. There we go. So we have that, and we're going to make it a little bit bigger so that it's, let's see, SVG width, SVG height. Should we make it the full height? Let's make it half of the height. Width is this SVG height divided by 2. So we should get that. There we go. Nice. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. We can play around with it later. So now when we do this, we get a tree that's growing, and we can then we're then gonna put a similar slider on the top that's gonna make the angles change. So we can remove all of the D3 stuff because we don't need mouse move anymore. On mouse move, we can take this. Oh, we can't remove all of the D3 stuff because we're still gonna need it for angles. Now, we need another slider that's above everything. So we say input type equals range, value is this state dot. This is going to be the lean factor. So we're gonna have lean, this state lean, and then minimum is going to be, we start at 0. And then what is the maximum here? Scale linear, SVG range, that's for XY. Where do we get the lean, scale lean? Okay. So it's going to be from 0.5 to minus 0.5. Actually, yeah, let's see how that works. So minimum is going to be minus 0. Are we gonna even need that? So minus 0.5. Max is 0.5. And I'm taking this from the previous scale, which was based on the fraction of where you are on the screen with your mouse. So the previous scale was based on the fraction of where you are on the screen, and it was translating from minus 0.5 to 0.5. And we're going to now take that range and put it in an input so that you're moving a slider to make the tree lean. So let's see. So, and we're gonna say step is, let's go 0.05. And then we're gonna need an on change. So on change is going to be to get an event, and it's going to say this change tree lean based on the event. So here, change tree size, we're gonna have change tree lean event. And we say this set state. We say lean is event.target.value. Okay. Now, what can we do here? Okay, I don't, why is my browser being weird? Let's see. Can we make the browser behave fine normally? Come on. Oh, come on, just load the fucking page. All right. Where's my mouse? So we make the tree bigger. You see how it's already lagging? I don't know if you can see that, but when I'm moving this around, it lags quite a lot. Now, if I go here, come on, can I not? Oh, wow. It won't let me click on this because they are overriding each other. That's funny. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay, so we're gonna have to put this in another div. So we say we put it just above, and it vanished. Why did it vanish? What is going on here? Okay, app header, image, dancing Pythagoras tree. Then we have this thing, and then the input. Wait, what? Did I? Come on, reload the page then. Is that what's wrong? There we go. Okay, so we have that. Now we can scale up the tree. And can we make it lean? Okay. Something's not working. Nice. But we're making progress. So you see how when I make the scale go really up, then these updates get very slow. Like it feels like the inputs are completely unresponsive, which means we've come to a point where updating, we've come to a point where startTransition is actually going to make sense. So this is good. But first, let's figure out what is going on here. Why is scale lean not working? Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I need to go deal with the bird because he's driving me crazy. I'll be right back. Okay, now let's see. Pa-pa-pam. Wow, my computer is sounding like it's about to take off. So why is this not working then? How does lean work? Lean, state lean, height factor, height factor. Oh, do we need the height factor as well, don't we? Mm-hmm. So what if instead of let's see, what if we just set the height factor to something? So height factor goes from 0 to 0.8. What if we set it to, let's say, 0.5? And so that this is going to reload. So that's the problem of working with old code. There we go. So we have that. And now, okay. So I think we need to then fix how the lean factor is working, because I don't think it's actually ever going negative and stuff. Yeah. Okay. So let's turn height factor to 0.7. So this looks better. So now when we grow the tree, you see we can make the tree grow. Actually, let's go with 0.55. I think that's going to make it look good. So we take 0.55. Nice. So you see how it gets richer and richer, but also the updates get slower and slower. That's exactly what we were looking for. Now the stupid lean factor. Let's open up my console, and we're going to look at what the value is that we're getting. Console log event.target.value. Okay. Now 0.05. Oh, so that's the problem. We needed, oh no, it does go negative. So that should be fine. But why isn't it working? Yeah, I know it. You're getting nans, but why are you getting nans? That's the question. So from 0 to width, we translated to 0.5 to 0. From half of the width, we then translated from 0 to 0. To minus 0.5. Let's look at this thing again. So if we look at the deployed version, hey Eric. Okay, so it's leaning the wrong direction, which is fine. The question is, why is, so if we go here, why is that not working anymore? Lean scale lean of X, get the mouse position. Maybe we need to make the step even smaller. Let's go with 0.01. Okay, make this a little bigger. And then no. God damn it, why? Oh, also, why is the scale factor? That's weird. Okay, let's, we're going to git commit this. Height works with slider, angle not yet. So then we change back to master, And I'm actually, we don't have to change back to master. We can just console log this stuff. So I'm gonna go back to enabling mouse move, and I do need to go back to master to see what I actually need. So we're gonna take the component did mount part, and then go back to get checkout minus, and we're gonna do the mouse move part. Now here in mouse move, we're going to console log. We're gonna console log what we're actually doing. So let's see. We're not, instead of setting the state, we're going to console log so we can see what the numbers are. No, remind me later. Console log. Now let's see what are the numbers we're getting. Start. Come on, computer. Why is this so slow? Yes, I know this dot next is not a function. We don't need this part. Okay. Now, if we set the max, so height factor keeps changing, and then lean changes by not a whole lot. Those are very small numbers. Okay, and then here, when we're changing it, it goes by 0.0, but this needs to be 0.2. Ah, okay. Cool. So what can we do? Let's try changing this to 0.1 and see if that helps. If we have a bigger step. So we make the tree bigger, and then no, something is still wrong. So what is still wrong? Let's try changing the height factor. Make it 0.3. Now, what am I getting wrong? Oh, let's see. What is the type of the target value? I want to see what that is. String. There we go. So that was the problem. We need to say that this is a number, and tree size must also be a number. And I think that's good. That might make it better. Yay. Okay. Cool. So we've got that. Now, the next thing we need is we can get rid of on mouse move. Here, change tree lean, change tree size. Okay. And we can make the step go 0.05, and let's make the tree a little taller by default. Now what's gonna happen? Oh, because we're binding it, we need to remove that part. Now let's see. I think this is gonna work better now. So we can make the tree grow, and then we can lean the tree. Very nice. Okay, so we've got that. The next thing we need to do is actually change this so that it's leaning the right way. And I'm going to make this input wider. style equals width this dot svg dot width divided by 3, so that we have it so that it's a little nicer. There we go. And we're gonna say, what are we gonna say? What do we, oh, we need to make this a little prettier now, just so it's easier to understand. So we're gonna say label, this should say lean the tree. We can add a breakpoint there. And this one's gonna say div style equals display flex direction column, right? And it's gonna say label grow the tree. So we grow the tree and we lean the tree. Right? Grow the tree. No. Why is this invisible now? But seriously, why is that now invisible? Don't like that. Yeah, what? Okay. Come on, stop it. What are you doing, VS Code? Let's see. Where is my vertical input field element? Yes, display flex. Grow the tree. Oh, it just vanished because it didn't actually reload the page yet. There we go. Huzzah. That's kind of funny. Why is it doing that? Why are you doing this? So if we go here, flex direction column, why are you? What happens if I remove the width? Okay, the width is important. Oh, but I need to move it down. What? That's annoying. What if I just tell the flex to position itself? Justify content. No. Center. Okay. Space between. Wow, that is so weird. That is wild. Do I need to wrap it in another div? Sorry, I'm new to CSS transformations, so this is kind of surprising to me. Although, no, it's actually not that surprising. It totally makes sense. It's just a pain in the ass. So instead, what we're gonna do is I like how everyone stopped watching when I started fucking around with CSS. Nobody likes CSS. But okay, let's do the this really bothers me. Why is this part so hard? This is supposed to be the easy part. So we're gonna make this remove the scales, and we're gonna start tree size at 4 so that it renders nicer. So we get 4. Now, now how do we actually start a transition here? I think I know. Git status. We're going to git commit -m. Actually, I know what we can do. We can add a margin here. Sorry, this is bugging me too much. Margin transform rotate 90 degrees and translate by 0 this SVG height divided by 2, right? Will that make it work? I think that'll make it work. No? You can't have two translations? Oh, I can't have two translations because the other one is wrong. Or two transformations. Let's see. Body, root, bam. Come on. Come on, computer, you got this. This one, input, element style. Oh, it's just not there. Oh, that's the wrong one I'm looking at. No, it's not. Why are you doing this? Transform, rotate, minus 90 tag, and translate 0 300 pixels. Okay, minus. Aha. Okay, there we go. So I need to do here minus this SVG height divided by 2 pixels and 0. And I think that's gonna make it work. Let's check that. Awesome. So we've got that. It's a little nicer. Now let's see if we can make start transition work for us. Commit -i -m. Make layout nicer. And we should also add some padding up here. Yeah. Style equals margin bottom 1 rem. I know. I'm doing styling in a way annoying, terrible way here, but you know what? This is an experiment. We're just playing around. So we now have, whoa. Okay, that was confusing. Let's not negate the number here. We're instead gonna negate it here. So minus this state lean. Let's see. Yay. Okay, so we've got that part. Now grow the tree, and now we're going to wrap this in a transition or in a start transition and see if it makes it work faster. So what I'm gonna do first is gonna say start transition react.start transition. Is that how it works? Let's see. Start transition. I'm just gonna open this sandbox so I can see how it works, because these are things that I always forget. Come on. Start transition, start transition, start transition. Come on, load code sandbox. I think we just wrap it and call that as a function. Yeah, just start transition and then you change states. Awesome. So react.startTransition, and we run this function, and we're gonna do that here as well. And we shall see what actually happens. So here, I think that works smoother. Let's try making it a really big tree. So this is now gonna make it slow. And it's still slow. Interesting. Okay. So that didn't quite work. I wonder why that didn't quite work. What is startTransition doing here? startTransition is supposed to tell the app to do those state updates in a less intensive way, or like to just defer them. But I think one potential problem is that maybe it doesn't work unless you're using hooks. That would be interesting. Let's see. Come on. Or maybe my computer is just slow and that's why everything is laggy. So startTransition. Yeah, it's just doing use states. Okay, let's try refactoring this to use hooks and see if that makes it better. So git status startTransition didn't do much, needs hooks. So we're gonna try doing it with hooks. How much time? Okay, we have like a couple more minutes left. That should be fine. Yeah, it works better when you're recursing less. So now we're going to, how do we refactor this to a function component real quick? So we're gonna say function app is that, and we're gonna say const svg size equals, actually let's just say const svg. Yeah, const svg equals this stuff. Then we're gonna have state, so we say const tree size and set tree size equals use state, which starts at 4. Base w, does that ever change? No, so we're gonna say const base w equals 80 and const height factor equals 0.4, and we say const lean, let's call it tree lean, and set tree lean equals use state that starts at 0. Okay, so we don't need running, and we don't need, we're gonna take max tree size. Actually, we don't need max tree size anymore. Got that, and we have function change tree size, which takes the event and runs set tree size. Come on, set tree size to our number, like that. Come on, just come on, computer, like that. Will this prettify what's still wrong? Okay, prettier is still unhappy. Function change tree lean event, and then it says set tree lean. Actually, viable clan member, it does have suspense yet. It has a lot of support built in for suspense. It's just a couple of features are still going to be missing when it launches. So then we return the rendering stuff. There. Come on, prettier. What is still wrong? Stop complaining, prettier. Yeah, there we go. That's why it's complaining. Okay. So that, and then instead of this state lean, the value is tree lean, and we can call on changes tree lean. width is svg.width. This has the value of tree size. On change, it calls change tree size. Max is going to be, do we have it still here? No, we're just gonna set it to 11. Actually, let's set it to max tree size. I just set it to 11. 11, transform, svg height, perm, svg width, oh shit, svg.height, svg.width. Pythagoras, we say base w, base width. So instead of base w, it's gonna be base width. No, it's gonna be in 18.x or something. Height factor, 3 lean, svg width, svg height, base width. And here we say max level is tree size. No, why would I be using ESBuild on this project? I'm just using a very old version of Create React App. SVG height. Okay, now let's see what happens. Why is it broken? What did we mess up? Function components cannot have string refs, right? And we don't actually need a ref anymore. So we can remove that. And now let's see if refactoring this to hooks made it magically work. So we make this bigger. Nope, it's still kind of slow and laggy. Okay. Cool. So why did this stop working? So we experimented. We found a really good painful problem for React. The deeply nested worst case scenario components are still a problem, and it looks like startTransition isn't working here. So I'm going to poke somebody. I'm gonna see if Dan can look at this and tell me what I'm doing wrong. But for now, we're going to end on. I think this was a fun experiment. We learned a lot. I'm going to publish a recap either today or tomorrow on my newsletter. And thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you around. Bye.